It was a dark and stormy night as Sarah hurried through the aisles of the grocery store, her shopping list clenched tightly in her hand. The fluorescent lights flickered ominously, casting eerie shadows across the deserted aisles. As Sarah reached for a can of soup, she felt a cold draft brush against her neck, sending shivers down her spine. Ignoring her unease, Sarah continued her shopping, her footsteps echoing eerily in the empty store. Suddenly, she heard a faint whisper coming from the end of the aisle. She froze, her heart pounding in her chest. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice trembling. There was no response, just the sound of her own rapid breathing. With trembling hands, Sarah grabbed the nearest items and quickly made her way to the checkout counter. She realized something was terribly wrong. The cashier stood frozen behind the counter, her eyes wide with terror. Sarah followed her gaze to the security monitor, where she saw a figure lurking in the shadows near the entrance. It was dressed in tattered clothes, its face obscured by darkness. With a sinking feeling in her stomach, she turned to flee, but it was too late. The figure stepped out of the shadows, revealing a grotesque, twisted face leering at her with empty eyes. Sarah screamed as the figure lunged forward, its hands reaching out to grab her. She stumbled backwards, knocking over a display of canned goods as she tried to escape. But the figure was relentless, its unearthly shrieks echoing through the empty store. Just when Sarah thought she couldn't run any further, she burst through the doors and into the safety of the night. She didn't stop running until she reached her car, her heart pounding in her ears. As she peeled out of the parking lot, she glanced back at the grocery store, praying that she would never have to set foot in that place again. For Sarah knew that she had just narrowly escaped a true grocery store horror story.